All right, almost done, guys. This is day 9. Day 9 of the 10-day EOC review for your EOC STAR test. Today, you're going to be looking at systems, system of equations using models, graphs, tables, expressions, and stories, etc. All right, so let's take a look at this very first problem here. Graph the two equations below and find the solution for the system of the equations. Now, honestly, if you just had your calculator, this would be easy. You just grab these two, plug them in, right? In the menu, I think it's 3, and then it's 2. Solve system linear equations. And it'll tell you the solution easily. But unfortunately, you do not have your calculator with you. So let's just learn how to do this by hand. How to do this by hand. This guy right here is pretty easy to graph. So let's graph him now. It currently has a y-intercept of 5, which means we start at 5. It has a slope, let me just write that down, that the y-intercept, right, so where you start, which happens to be a 5, the slope is negative 5. Now, how do you do a slope of negative 5? Well, slope means rise over run, right? So you have negative 5, that means you rise negative 5, or really if you say rise negative 5, that means it really go down negative 5, right? It means go down 5. If I say you rise negative 5, that means go down 5. So run though is 1. All whole numbers are over the number 1. So rise negative 5 and run 1. That means go down 5 and run over 1. And do it again. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then run 1. Put a point. And I can even do the same thing but backwards. 1 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a point. All right, there's your points. And now you could draw your first line. Set. There we go. I'm going to clean it up a little. I want to get rid of those other things so it looks nice and pretty. Just for y'all. So there's our very first line. This one's done. Check. Now let's graph the other one. Now please notice this one's not as easy to graph because it's not in your regular standard notation. 2y plus 18 equals 4x. You're going to have to get the y by itself. That way you could get your slope and y-intercept and start graphing it by hand since you do not have your calculator. So let me put that to the side. 2y plus 18 equals 4x. How do you get y by itself? Well, right now y has a 2 and a plus 18 next to it. So I'm going to say minus 18, minus 18. These will cancel, right? I'm left with 2y equals 4x minus 18. Now for the next part. Divide, right? Because this is 2 times y, the opposite of multiply is divide. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Everything is divided by 2. These two will cancel. I'm left with y equals 4 divided by 2 is 2. All right, so 2x, and then negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. So there is your real equation, right? Y equals 2x minus 9. Y equals 2x minus 9. Y equals 2x minus 9. All right, so your y-intercept. Your y-intercept is negative 9. So I'm going to go down here. And I ran out of spots. Apparently, I didn't copy enough spots for it, but you do have it on your paper. So on your paper, you're going to put it right there at negative 9. So if I continue this, all right, see it's negative 7, negative 8, negative 9 is actually about right there, a little higher. Let me put the bar first. So negative 9 is going to be about right there. So this is negative 9. I don't have it, but you do on your paper. There is negative 9. So start at negative 9. That is our y-intercept, right? Our y-intercept is negative 9. The slope of this is 2. 2 is your slope. So once again, you're going to rise 2, and you're going to run, right? All whole numbers are over 1. Rise 2, run 1. Starting at your y-intercept at the start. So I'm going to rise 1, 2, and run 1. Rise 1, 2, run 1. I can already see it. See something here. Rise 1, 2, run 1. Rise 1, 2, run 1. And I think you get the point. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Right? And I can go backwards because I kind of ran out of graph here, but it would be something like about maybe right there somewhere. I'm not too sure. And then draw your line. Yeah, kind of missed. But you get the point. Let me just clean that up a little bit. Take care of these little squigglies out of the way. Okay. All right, so the question is, where's the solution? Well, the spot where they cross, right, is your solution. Wherever they cross, that is your solution to the system. Now don't forget, there's a difference between the solution of a function and a solution of a system. The solution of a system is where the two things cross, right? The two linear equations hit each other, are equal to each other, right? At this spot here is exactly where they're equal to each other. What is that spot? Well, that spot right there is 2, -5, right? This is true. Both of these two hit each other at exactly 2, -5. That is the solution to your system. All right, let's move on. Use the same two equations in question number 1. Solve the system of equations using an algebraic method. Show your work. Well, this is quite similar to what we did before. The only difference, they want you to use algebra to solve it. So here's what you got to do. You want to get both of them y by itself. This already has y by itself. The other one doesn't. However, we did it earlier. We did it all right here, right? It's all done right here. So I'm just going to write this part right here. I'm just going to write y is equal to, this part right here is y is equal to 2x minus 9. We already did the work earlier, so that's already done for us. Okay. Now that you have it, notice that this and this, they both are saying y. Y. It's like saying y equals y. Except this time I'm going to replace this y with this guy right here. Right? I'm going to say 2x minus 9. And on the other y, I'll write the other equation, -5x plus 5. See that? And now I just solve for x. Now, had you been your calculator around, this is pretty simple. I would just done an n solve real quickly, a menu 3, 1, right? N solve. That way you can get the x value real quickly, but you don't have your calculator, so we're going to have to do this by hand. By hand, we're solving for x. Several ways we could do it. What I would do is I'm going to move this x to the other side, this x to the other side right here. So I'm going to say plus 5x plus 5x. These x's cancel each other out, and I can combine these x's right here, giving me 7x's. 2x's plus 5x's is 7x's. And I'm just going to bring all the rest down. Only thing left on this side is positive 5. Now x is still not by itself. I'm trying to figure out the value of x. To get rid of a minus 9, I say plus 9, plus 9. These 9's cancel. I'm left with 5 plus 9 is 14. Last but not least, 7 times something, 7 times x, is equal to 14. Your last step is to divide by 7, and you'll get that x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. And there you have it. Well, actually, hold on. I just realized we don't have it. All we have right now, the only thing we have is just this, 2. We don't have the y yet. We got to find the y, so we got to finally find the solution to the system, right? We already know over here, according to the very first problem, what our solution was, right? This was it, 2, -5. So to figure out here, I could actually grab that 2, this 2 right here, and plug it into any one of those equations in it. Like, good example, see this one right here? I can just put it in that one. -5, actually this one's easier. I like this guy. You could use either or. You could put it here, or you could put it right here, right? Either spot is fine. Just put it in one of them. Y is equal to 2x minus 9. Well, now that you know your x, you can now say instead 2 times, what was my x again? 2. 2 times 2 minus 9. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 minus 9 is equal to -5. That's what my y is equal to. My y is equal to -5. So -5 goes here. That's how you do it algebraically, all by hand. Okay. Don't forget, gotta show work. Show all that works. True or false? Two linear equations with the same y-intercept will never have a common solution. Ooh, this one's real tricky. Really tricky. I tell you what, I would like to see who gets this one. Make sure you explain your reasoning, right? Explain your reasoning. Give me an answer of true or false, then explain your reasoning, because this one is tricky, all right? A little hint, hint. Try some examples out, all right, with the same y-intercept. So you could say, I don't know, 4, right? And you could either try different slopes, or here's your clue, or same slopes. The thing is, you want to graph it. No matter what you do, one thing is true is that these have to be the same, right? That's what the problem says with the same y-intercept. Yeah, will they have a common solution? Will they? Will they never have a common solution? That's the question, right? The way we can find out is simply by graphing these guys here. Either give it the same slope or different slope. Just keep on trying different case scenarios until they do show a common solution, or they always look parallel and never will touch. Check it out for yourself. I'll let you finish off number 3. All right, guys. Y'all have a good rest of the afternoon.